Jenny says, I have a feeling the men's results won't stand. I think she's talking about the first semi-final. Maybe she saw something. Jenny, I think, knows a bit about the sport, but she thinking that there may be a challenge or something.
And look who's cheering for Isel on the chat line, Dave Binney, the CEO of Infinity. We're moving on to semi-final number 3, though, with Jérémy Tolade from France in lane number 1, Edwin Cornier from Puerto Rico in second, Titouan Puyot, the French captain, NSP figurehead in third. We've got Michael Booth, aka Boothie from Perth, Australia. We've got the Bulgarian James Bond in fourth. That's Andre Crater. We've got Johnny Hagen from Australia, a former surf life-saving champion. We've got Ludovic Tallard, one of the dark horses to watch out for. He did really well in the long distance. We've got Clément Colmas, also a favorite. Look at that great t-shirt, the solo step t-shirt he was wearing on that for picture day. Is Davide Alpino, also an underdog who finished fourth in the sprints the other day. We've got Zirui Li from China. Here's Herman Hussein from Thailand/Germany. He lives in Germany, comes from Thailand. Former canoe sprint champion, canoe slalom champion. Olympics. Samuel Pesca from Czechia. Always looking good, Samuel, and a fun guy to hang around with.
I just want to note that there are the most curly hairdos in this
a lot of curly
right
hair.
here, and that gets me excited.
There's a lot of
the mess that I have up there.
And theirs is all different color than yours, Rob. They're obviously using dye though. Yours
There's
is natural.
a little salt and pepper after the 40 plus.
Yeah, there is some good. Do you reckon any of these boys have perms? Not Herman Hussein certainly doesn't have a perm. Just wondering whether any of these boys have had a bit of perm work going on. So we've got James Bond, aka 007, aka Andre Crater in the middle of the field. Right next to him, Michael Booth, Johnny Hagen, Ludovic Tallard, Titouan Puyot is in this race. Wow.
Yeah.
Clément Colmas,
who had to pull out of the long distance race the other day due to a stomach bug.
So only 3 athletes will go through from this field. You can expect that, I would expect that James Bond in the middle of the field will be one of the early leaders. He's very, very fast early on.
It's also, what's also playing a role right now, it's 11:15. These guys all woke up early, but it's getting hotter out there. The wind is a little bit stronger. That heat is pretty stifling out there, and the humidity is sticky at best.
Andre Crater had the best reaction time for sure. Andre Crater on the Sonoma board right there in the middle, right next to Johnny Hagen on the deep ocean board in second right now. Michael Booth has got a pretty good start too.
Nice start on the outside
Chinese
there.
though, the Chinese, look at him, Zirui Li on the outside on the right of your screen in second, maybe even first place for the Chinese. Clément Colmas is looking pretty good in third place. Titouan Puyot and Michael Booth are trying to catch up.
Oh, the Chinese, who was that? Just absolutely butchered that turn. Was it the Chinese paddler, Zero Li? Just lost a lot of ground there. He's gone from second back to fifth, I think.
I tell you what, taking that outside lane around that first buoy seems to be beneficial for a lot of these guys.
Look at the man, the hired gun here, the secret agent 007, Andre Crater.
Looking great.
Clément Colmas, though, moving into second, and is that on his inside?
Titouan Puyot.
Titouan,
look at that move by Titouan
turn.
Puyot, now taking the lead on the NSP. Titouan Puyot, the French captain, now taking the lead over Andre Crater from Bulgaria, and Clément Colmas.
Boothie getting caught up in some
also
traffic
from
there.
New Caledonia, France.
I think Johnny Hagen went in the water and nearly took out his Australian teammate Michael Booth, so there'll be a few harsh words over a quiet beer tonight about that little move, I think. But
Andre Crater with that nice deep paddle stroke, making up some of that time that he lost at that buoy turn.
Yeah, recovering first position, Andre Crater. What a year it has been for Andre. I mean, last year he was, I think his best result was winning the B final in the sprints. And this year he's clearly one of the top names of the entire competition. He scored his first medal in stand-up paddle racing under the ICF just 3 days ago in the sprints.
Tell you what, though, he needs to work on his turns. he's going to, in the final, if he makes it through to the final, they will exploit that. If he keeps making turns like that, they will just...
And just outside of Final A is Michael Booth right now in 4th place, followed by Johnny Hagen from Australia also. So 2 Australians in 4th and 5th.
It's been a good recovery by Johnny Hagen. I thought he went in the water. So that's a pretty good effort for him to get back up and to be sitting in 5th position right now. But we're coming down now to the only portage. And it is Andre Crater leading the field, representing Bulgaria. He's an international man of mystery. He's represented about 4 different countries during his paddling career, but now he's a proud Bulgarian.
Andre.
And we've got 2 Tolad brothers in this semi-final. Jeremy and Ludovic.
Watch this.
Nice.
Watch that, folks. That's what you do. That's how you do it.
Smooth T2, nice
look
re-entry.
at that from Puyo in the second. That was beautiful.
No mistakes so far. Let's see how Boothie does it.
Yeah.
That's also well handled by the Australian. Still in 4th place, Clément Colmas is going to have to push harder.
Look at Michael Booth. Look at Michael Booth making a move now
Michael,
on the Frenchman.
I think he wants to get in this final right now.
Of course he does. Yeah, he's an Australian man. You don't sit in B finals. B finals are not for the Australians, my friend. We just go straight into the A. And look at Boothie now.
That's
I think
him,
Michael
Boothie
Booth's making
pushing
his
hard.
move.
Yeah.
But Clément's got the inside advantage, reaching buoy number 1 of the course. Another lap to go. Andre Crater, though, very impressive looking in front of Titouan Puyo.
Nice foot steering there.
Puyo looks like he's quite happy to settle in second. He did challenge for the lead there momentarily, but then when Crater got back in front, I think Puyo thought, okay, I'm happy just to sit here for a bit and let Andre do all the work. But I tell you what, Tituan, you might need to be careful because there's 2 blokes coming up behind you now.
Yeah, they're not going to give up on that final stretch. That's
they
for
are
sure.
racing each other, and when you do that, all of a sudden the blokes in front of you get a lot closer.
Right,
I think T2 knows as long as he stays close, he can stay
Oh,
close.
look at Boothie's
There you
move.
go.
Here's the move. Here's the move from the Australian, but Clement Colmas now digs deep, just puts a little gap there again. So this race for 3rd position, folks, that's where all the action is in this race, because I think Crater are in front and Puyo sitting second. They look safe at the moment. I think the race is for 3rd, and that is the final spot up for grabs in the final.
There you go. Boothie taking a wide line, getting some fresh water out there. Let's see what he can do.
I tell you what, who would you back in? You'd back Colmar in a sprint.
Andre, pushing that buoy out of the way.
You'd back Colmar in a sprint finish over Michael Booth, would you or not? Well, we're about to find out.
Clément Colmas
We're about to find out. Because
is pretty strong, though. I mean, ooh, Michael Booth now trying to get that inside. Reaching buoy number 4.
What's going to happen here?
He can't get his paddle anywhere.
He's trying to shut him out.
Oh! Boothie goes down.
Booth has
Clément
gone
Colmas
down.
got a clear.
He's still in 4th currently. If he can keep
Ludovic Tolad coming in 5th.
Absolutely.
Ahead of Johnny Hagen,
now
6th.
From what we saw, that definitely was not Clement Colmas's fault. He was in front, wasn't he? Michael Booth tried to cut inside him.
Michael Booth's nose was in front of his feet, though. That
And taking the lead is at Titouan Puyo now, taking the lead. Indeed, the Frenchman, the French captain,
So
who's
let's have a
decided
look
to grow a
behind.
moustache for the month of November. That's called Movember.
So Boothie's digging deep here, but unfortunately, having taken that swim, that will cost.
That messes with your mind when you're in the water, too.
Yeah. Well, lots of things you need to think about. The baby sharks, the little sharks that are apparently swimming around out there. Trying
T2.
not to get a gobful of water is very important.
T2 in 1st, Andre Crater.
Where did we miss that switch?
In 2nd, here comes Clément Colmas, another Frenchman to make it to the A final. So 3 New Caledonians are qualified for the A final. Michael Booth.
Does Boothie look happy with life at the moment? I don't think so. I think he's not impressed.
Ludovic Tolad 5th,
with what happened
Johnny
at that
Hagen
last
6th,
buoy.
David Alpino 7.
I mean, he had to do it. He had to do it, Michael Booth. He had to make a move. He had to be brave. But just that gap was getting tighter and tighter the closer he got to the buoy. And in the end...
Jeremy
finishes,
Tolad
gentlemen.
finishing, and Herman Huslane
All right,
from Thailand.
You boys are both... You both know the sport a lot better than what I do. What you saw there